This is butter monkfish curry. Let me show you how to make it. One of the most popular curries is butter chicken, but I wanted to make a version with my favorite fish, monkfish. So let's do this. The chicken for butter chicken is usually marinated in a mix of yogurt and spices. This is to tenderize it. But as monkfish is already such a delicate fish, we don't need to do that. So we're just going to marinate it in our spice mix. As the name suggests, this curry has a lot of butter in it. And you can use normal butter or you can use clarified butter. And the one that I prefer to use is butter ghee, which is ready-made clarified butter. We need to heat up our butter ghee so we can add the spices to release the flavors. And yes, we are using quite a bit. As most curries, this one also has quite a bit of a spice mix. And I've got some dried fenugreek leaves, turmeric, chilli powder, cumin powder, ground coriander, quite a bit of garam masala, got some cardamom pods, and then I also have some grated garlic and some grated ginger. I'm gonna add these spices now and the garlic and the ginger to my hot butter ghee until they are all fragrant and the raw flavor of garlic and ginger is vanished. Just want to fry off the spices for a couple of minutes until they're fragrant, but don't put it too hot because you don't want to burn the garlic either. You just want to get rid of the raw flavor of the garlic. Okay, that's very fragrant now. I'm going to switch this off and I'm just going to let this cool down before we marinate the monkfish. Okay, my butter ghee and spice mix is cold. I'm just going to turn my monkfish fillets in the spice mix. So this curry is normally with quite a smooth sauce. It's also one of the very few curries that doesn't really have any onion in it. To thicken the sauce, this curry is normally made with cashew nuts. So I'm just going to blitz my chopped tomatoes with the cashew nuts. Just put my cashew nuts in. So I'm just going to puree this. I'm going to add my butter, ghee and spice mix to a hot casserole. And yes, I'm going to add some more butter ghee. After all, it's a butter curry. I'm going to add my tomato and cashew puree. And I'm also going to add some tomato concentrated puree. Usually onions give some sweetness to the curry, but as we're not using onions, I'm just going to add a tablespoon of sugar to counterbalance the bitterness from the tomatoes. And I'm also going to add a good pinch of sea salt. I've cooked in my sauce for about half an hour and it's thickening now. And what you also will see is that the butter ghee will start floating to the top. And this is typical for this sauce. Yeah, it will just go everywhere. So you might want to turn down the heat, otherwise your kitchen will be covered in sauce. So I'm going to switch off the heat and I'm going to add some thick strained yogurt. And I don't really want this to cook anymore because otherwise everything will just split. So I'm going to add a good amount of yogurt and a good dash of double cream. Just gonna give it a good stir. Obviously you can reheat it the following day, because like most curries, they taste better the following day. I'm gonna pan fry my monkfish, and obviously it's been marinated in the butter ghee with the spices, so no need really to add any more fat. And I'm just gonna add the rest of the butter ghee with the spices. Just gonna season them with some extra salt. And then flip over. So I'm gonna pan fry the monkfish for about 10-12 minutes. But I'm gonna turn it around every 2-3 minutes, because otherwise the juices will flow out. By turning it, I'm basically redistributing the juices in the fish. Okay, my monkfish is cooked. Just switch off the heat, and again just let it rest for about 5-6 minutes. Cut my monkfish. Alright, let's plate this and serve this with some fragrant rice. Add my sauce. Add my fish. Now add the rest of my pan frying juices. Drizzle on some yogurt, some coriander, and a good squeeze of lime. And there you have it, butter monkfish curry.